Hey guys, welcome to the second part of my grass-type Hardcore Nuzlocke in Pokemon White 2. If you haven't watched the first video yet, I recommend you to watch that before you watch this video. Link is in the description. In part 1, this is where we left off. Time to deal with the number one person on the stranger danger list, Getsis, and also his zombie pet, Kyurem. Kyurem uses the fire-type move Fusion Flare. It can wipe out my entire team, so I had to be careful here. I chose Jisoo and began with Sleep Powder. On my next turn, I used Light Screen to reduce all damage from Kyurem's special attacks. Then I switched to Ron. Kyurem woke up and attacked with Ice Burn. His attack missed, and Ron attacked with a supercharged Gyro Ball that brought down Kyurem's HP in the yellow. In the next turn, Kyurem used Dragon Breath that barely did any damage. Ron attacked with one more Gyro Ball and knocked out Kyurem. Phew, I can now breathe. Getsis also had a scary team. His Electros used Fire Blast. Rapion and Toxic Rock were poison types, and Hydreigon is just too powerful. I chose Jisoo and used Sleep Powder. Kofagrigus went to sleep, and I began my usual growth business. After stacking up 3 growths, Kofagrigus woke up and poisoned Jisoo. Then he attacked with a Shadow Ball that hit a crit. Then Jisoo lost some more HP for being poisoned. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Jisoo attacked with Giga Drain to regain some HP. Kofagrigus fainted, but Jisoo's HP was still in the yellow. Then Getsis sent out Seismitoad. Whoa, free HP for Jisoo. I love it. Jisoo knocked out Seismitoad with Giga Drain and regained almost all of her HP. Getsis sent out Electros. Jisoo occurred him with a single Giga Drain. Jisoo attacked Drapion with Giga Drain, but he survived with a Sliver and attacked with a super effective X-Scissor. Whoa. After the attack, Jisoo lost a lot of HP from being poisoned. I had to switch her. I called out Ron. Drapion attacked with Earthquake. It hardly dealt any damage. Ron recovered some HP from leftovers and stacked up some curses. 4 curses later, I attacked with Bulldoze and knocked out Drapion. Toxicrow attacked with a super effective Brick Break, but Ron retaliated with Bulldoze and knocked him out. Getsis sent out his last Pokemon, Hydreigon. He attacked with the not-so-effective Dragon Rush. I attacked with a Gyro Ball and knocked him out. I beat Getsis. Team Plasma is now gone. Hopefully forever this time. Time to challenge the Elite Four. That's what you would think. But no, not yet. Before Elite Four, I needed to battle my rival Honey. And I don't know why, but his team is specifically built to take out my Grass-type Pokemon. His team contains a level 55 Unpheasant who uses Aerial Ace and U-Turn. He also holds a Scope Lens that increases his critical hit ratio. Then we have a level 55 Buffalant with the ability Sap Sipper. Apparently, Grass-type moves don't affect him. And if I happen to use a Grass-type move on him, he gains +1 attack. Oh, and he also uses the most powerful Bug-type move, Mega Horn. Then we have a level 57 Ember who holds a fire-boosting item, Charcoal. He can finish off my entire team with a single Flamethrower. Yep, welcome to my nightmare. I racked my brains for an hour to come up with a strategy for this one. And after a lot of deliberation, this is the solution I came up with. Firstly, I EV trained Jenny on Baldur and Patrat to max out my defense and attack stats. Then I taught Jenny Aerial Ace. After that, I just hope for the best and battle with Honey. I chose Jisoo and used Sleep Powder. Unpheasant went to sleep. I switched to Jenny and used Reflect. Unpheasant woke up and used Swagger. Jenny's attack increased by 2 stages, but she got confused. Well, that's alright, cause Jenny had a Persim Berry with her. I used 1 more coil and Unpheasant used 1 more Swagger. Jenny got confused again. That wasn't great. We did not have any more berries. In the next turn, Jenny hit herself in confusion. Unpheasant used the bug-type move U-turn and switched with Buffalant. This was completely opposite of what I expected, but we can roll with it. At the right time, Jenny snapped out of confusion and attacked with Aerial Ace. Buffalant fought back with a super effective Mega Horn, but thanks to Reflect, Jenny survived it. I attacked with one more Aerial Ace and knocked out Buffalant. Honey sent out Ember. Jenny attacked with a super effective Aerial Ace and knocked him out. Unpheasant returned to the battlefield. I switched to Ron. Unpheasant used U-turn once again and switched with Simipour. I switched to Jisoo and knocked out Simipour with the Giga Drain. Honey was now down to his last Pokemon, Unpheasant. That means he couldn't use the annoying move U-turn anymore. Yes. I put Unpheasant to sleep and tried to knock him out with Giga Drains. But he hung on with a sliver and Honey used a max potion. So I switched to Ron. Every time Unpheasant attacked with a physical move, Ron's ability Iron Barb chipped away some of Unpheasant's HP. Then Ron attacked with Gyro Ball, but Unpheasant hung on with the tiniest sliver. Now I was in a difficult situation. If Unpheasant crits, Ron dies. If Unpheasant doesn't crit, Ron wins. It was a risk, but I took it. Unpheasant attacked with Aerial Ace. It didn't hit a crit. He got hurt by Iron Barbs and he fainted. I won the battle. Yay! Now I could finally challenge the Elite Four. The first battle of the Elite Four was with the Ghost type specialist Shauntal. Shauntal has a flying type Drifblim who knows acrobatics, and she has a fire type Chandelier who knows Fire Blast. But luckily, Ghost types are weak against their own people. So I taught Senorita my favorite Ghost type move, Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw is a powerful Ghost type move that has a high crit ratio. Perfect for this battle. I chose Senorita and started off with a light screen. Cofagrigus used Will-O-Wisp and burned Senorita. But Senorita was holding a Rost Berry. She ate it and healed herself. Then I used Swords Dance to increase my attack. Cofagrigus kept attacking me with Will-O-Wisp, but luckily he missed every single time. I stacked up 2 more Swords Dances. Then I attacked with Shadow Claw. It hit a crit and Cofagrigus fainted. Senorita attacked Chandelier with Shadow Claw and she too fainted. Up next was Drifblim. Senorita attacked with one more Shadow Claw and knocked her out in a single shot. Drifblim's aftermath took 25% of Senorita's HP, but that's alright. Shauntal sent out her last Pokemon, Golurk. Senorita attacked her with Shadow Claw. It hit a crit and Golurk also fainted. I easily won my first battle. The next battle was with Grimsley, the Dark-type specialist. Though he had a Dark-type team, his team wasn't scary at all. I chose Jenny. Leopard began with Fake Out, but Jenny recovered her HP from leftovers. I used Reflect to half damage from all of Leopard's moves. In the next turn, Leopard attacked with Aerial Ace. Unfortunately, it hit a crit and brought down my HP in the yellow. Uh-oh. This does not look good. But since we have leftovers, maybe we could still win this. I stuck with my plan and used Coils to increase my attack and defense. Leopard kept attacking me with Aerial Ace and Nightshade, but they were barely doing any damage. So I continued to stack up more Coils. After stacking up 4 Coils, the effect of Reflect wore off. So in the next turn, I attacked Leopard with Leaf Blade and knocked her out. I attacked Scrafty with Leaf Blade and knocked her out with a single hit. Up next was the Steel-type Bisharp. Steel-type Pokemon resist Grass-type moves, but Jenny's Leaf Blade hit a crit and Bisharp fainted. Grimsley sent out her last Pokemon, Crocodile. I attacked with a super effective Leaf Blade and awkward him. I beat Grimsley and won my second battle. The next battle was with the Psychic-type specialist, Caitlin. She had a scary flying type, Sigilyph, and her Musharna knew Yawn. Since yours truly forgot to stock up on Chester berries, I'll have to win this battle while taking a nap in between. Wish me luck. I chose Senorita and began the battle with a Swords Dance. Musharna immediately used Yawn. Senorita used Light Screen in the next turn and went to sleep. Senorita kept sleeping for 3 turns. Marshal now relentlessly attacked with 3 meters. When Senorita finally woke up, I attacked with a super effective X-Scissor and knocked her out. Caitlin sent out her scariest Pokemon, Sigilyph. I attacked with Shadow Claw. It hit a crit and Sigilyph fainted. Phew. The rest of the battle was easy. Senorita attacked with X-Scissor and knocked out Caitlin's Nucleus and got Annabelle. I won the third battle. The next battle was with the fighting type specialist Marshal. His team isn't particularly scary, but he begins the battle with Throw, who uses Storm Throw that always hits a crit. He also uses other annoying moves like Bulldoze and Rock Tomb that slows down his opponents. Using setup moves won't be easy here. I began the battle with Jenny's Reflect and halved all damage from Throw's moves. Throw attacked me with Bulldoze and slowed me down. Not good. I recovered my HP with leftovers and began stacking up coils. Throw attacked me with Bulldoze. Then he attacked me with a critical Storm Throw. But thanks to Reflect, it barely did any damage. After using 4 coils, the effect of Reflect faded. So I attacked Throw with Leaf Blade. But it wasn't enough. Throw hung on with a sliver. I knew Marshal would use a potion here. So I stacked up 1 more coil. Then I attacked with 1 more Leaf Blade. This time, it was enough to knock out Throw. Mienshao knew the flying type move, Bounce. So I used Reflect on my first turn. Instead of using Bounce, Mienshao attacked me with High Jump Kick. But that did nothing. I used Leaf Blade and knocked out Mienshao in a single hit. Up next was Conkeldurr. He was not gonna go down to a single Leaf Blade. But that's alright. He does not have any dangerous moves under his belt. So after 2 Leaf Blades, I easily knocked him out. Up next was Sock. He had the ability Sturdy that let him survive 1-hit knockouts. He also used Brick Break that could break through Reflect. That was too much of a risk. So I switched to Jisoo and knocked out Sock with a couple of Giga Trains. I won my 4th battle. Time to battle the champion. I was dreading this battle from the beginning of this challenge. Iris begins the battle with a Dragon Beast, Hydreigon. Its stats are similar to that of a legendary Pokemon, and he also uses Flamethrower. Then we have Druddigon, who also uses Flamethrower, Flying type Archeops, Ice type Lapras, and Haxorus, who knows the Bug type move X-Scissor for some weird reason. How was I gonna beat them all? I don't know. I thought a lot, but I couldn't come up with a foolproof solution. There were way too many variables. So I'm just gonna do what I usually do and hope for the best. I began the battle with Bambi. Hydreigon used Flamethrower. Bambi survived it and retaliated with a Lead Seed. I needed a clean switch, so I let Bambi get hit with another Flamethrower. Sorry Bambi, but it will all be worth it. I called out Jisoo and immediately used Light Screen. Hydreigon attacked with Flamethrower, but thanks to the light screen, it didn't knock out Jisoo. Jisoo recovered her HP from leftovers and Lead Seed. Then she used Sleep Powder and put Hydreigon to sleep. Time to stack up on Grow. As Hydreigon slept, Jisoo managed to stack up 2 growths and recover all of her HP. Hydreigon woke up and attacked with a powerful Flamethrower. I used 1 more growth. Hydreigon's next Flamethrower did a lot more damage than before, so I attacked with Giga Drain on my next turn. Too bad it wasn't enough. Hydreigon survived with a sliver and attacked with 1 more Flamethrower. Oh no. But Lead Seed took out Hydreigon's last sliver of HP and she fainted. Yes. Right on time, cause the effect of Light Screen just wore off. Iris sent out Druddigon. I quickly used Light Screen again. Druddigon attacked with a powerful Flamethrower. I used Giga Drain to recover some of my HP. Smarty Pants Iris attacked me with Dragon Tail. Jisoo got switched out with Broccoli, and all my stat increases were gone. Oh no. I attacked Druddigon with Acrobatics, but he held on with a sliver and attacked me with a rock slide that caused a lot more damage than I expected. In the next turn, Iris used a full restore. I kept attacking with acrobatics, but Druddigan got me with another rock slide. Broccoli fainted. Two Pokemon lost very early in the battle. Not looking good here. To make things worse, Light Screen also lost its effect on this turn. It was now time to bring out my trump card, Jenny. Before this battle, I had taught Jenny Dragon Tail. Yes, the same Dragon Tail that the Dragon type gym leader Drayden gave me. Druddigan fainted. Phew. Iris called out Lapras. Jenny could have taken it out with a leaf blade, but then I wouldn't be able to beat Iris's other Pokemon. So I used Light Screen and let Jenny get hit with an Ice Cream. Sorry, Jenny, you were always my bias. I called out my ace, Ron. Lapras attacked with Ice Beam, but it didn't do anything. I used Curse to increase my attack and defense. On the next turn, Lapras used Sing and put Ron to sleep. But Ron woke up after one turn and used Curse once again. Then I attacked Lapras with a Gyro Ball and knocked her out. Iris sent out Agron. I wasn't scared of him, so I used Curse one more time. Agron attacked me with an Earthquake, and I attacked with Bulldoze and knocked him out. Iris sent out Haxorus. Haxorus usually begins with a Dragon Dance, but this time he did not do that. Instead, he attacked with an Earthquake that hit a crit. Whoa. I attacked with Gyro Ball, but Haxorus held on with Focus Band. In the next turn, Haxorus finally used Dragon Dance, and I knocked her out with a final decisive Gyro Ball. Iris sent out her last Pokemon, Archeops. He attacked with acrobatics and almost knocked out Ron. But Ron survived with a sliver and attacked with a super effective Gyro Ball. Archeops fainted, and I won the battle. Grass type rule, dragons drool. Ha 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 ha. Take that, Iris. I defeated Iris, and now I am the new Pokemon champion of Unova. Yay! Even though this game is super disadvantageous for grass type Pokemon, you can actually beat this game with these grassy underdogs. Yes, their stats aren't as impressive as other types, and of course, you will have to rely a lot on status and setup moves. But it's possible. Do give it a try. Hey guys, thank you so much for 100 subs. You guys are great. You guys motivate me to make better videos every day. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Until then, keep Pokemoning. Oh, and in case you were wondering where is Lisa, well, here she is.